Hello everyone, I'm Dan Philgreen, and this is Shell Point Today for Monday, November 24th. On today's show, we tell you how the Arbor is providing caregivers a much-needed break with the Day Respite Program. Plus, the time to contribute to the employee Christmas gift is now. We'll tell you how you can take part. And Fantasy of Flight was a high-flying success. We take a look back at the fun and festivities from the outdoor celebration. But first, it's movie night here at Shell Point. Head to the Social Center on the island for the 1958 comedy No Time for Sergeants. See the iconic Andy Griffith in one of his first starring roles as Private Will Stockdale. The film gets started tonight at 6:45 at the Social Center on the island, and everyone is welcome. Tomorrow, you won't want to miss this month's Library Book Talk. Junonia resident Albert Myers takes a look at the legendary military leader, General Robert E. Lee, in the book Clouds of Glory, The Life and Legend of Robert E. Lee by Michael Korda. The program takes place tomorrow afternoon at 2:15 in the Social Center on the island. All are welcome. For more information or to sign up for any of the activities we've talked about, stop by the Island Service Desk in the Resident Activity Center on the island, or call 454-2282, or the Woodland Service Desk at 454-2054. For many of you, your day is occupied by taking care of a loved one. Keeping busy overseeing their well-being leaves little time for you to take care of your own well-being. Well, a program at Shell Point is now allowing caregivers the opportunity to take time for themselves. The Day Respite Program at the Arbor might be just the thing you need.
Hi, I'm Rita Southern. I'm the Director of Assisted Living here at Shell Point. With me today is Bonnie Aspinwall. She is here to join us as a wife, as a caregiver, and someone who is actively using our Shell Point Respite Program. Welcome, Bonnie.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about what made you start thinking about needing respite.
Needing respite came to me by being at Dr. Nancy Spencer's caregivers group, listening to others' journeys and being aware of what was in the future, what different solutions other people had. And respite to me was a break for both the challenged person and the caregiver. Often I've talked to couples who I can see would benefit so much from respite, from just being relieved of some of the stress that does come, whether you notice it or not, it's there. And I've talked to caregivers who say, oh, my spouse would never want to be apart from me. Very often it's the caregiver who is the reluctant one to try it, and that's a big mistake for both. I talked to one person who realized that by trying to do everything for the challenged person, they were keeping that challenged person a prisoner in their home.
What do you, when you look at your husband, do you see a difference in him when he is attending a program as opposed to not?
Very definitely. When he is at the respite, he takes part. He comes home and he's pleasantly stimulated, somewhat. He's a little bit tired, but he acts better. When he is not at respite, he sleeps most of the day.
And as you think about the respite program, was there a turning point in your life as a caregiver? Was there something specifically that said, you know what, Bonnie, I better really start thinking about some help?
Yes, we had a dear friend who was also a caregiver, and because of that we interacted in a lot of things, including the caregivers group and Walk With Me and different things like that. And this friend was so positive and was my model. And she would tell me how she was dealing with this and that, and she died. She died before her spouse. And then I heard, very often that's the case, where the caregiver gets sick and even dies before the challenged person. And I thought, I can't have that happen. Absolutely not. I am a healthy person. And what would happen to Glenn if I got sick? Perhaps we do need a break. The break isn't one where we are divorced from each other and never think of each other during the day, but we each have our own good day on our own.
I want to say thank you to Bonnie Aspinwall for coming and sharing her thoughts and experiences in using our ShellPoint Respite program. It has been a wonderful experience to get to know you, Bonnie, and understand how important this program is to you.
Definitely.
And how important it is to your husband as well.
Exactly.
Bonnie has made the gracious offer that if you as a caregiver would like to share thoughts and ideas, pick her brain a little bit on what it's like to have your spouse participating in our respite program, you can contact Bonnie by going to the ShellPoint resident roster and finding her phone number there. She'll welcome your phone calls.
Be glad to talk to anybody who's even got the slightest curiosity about this.
We appreciate that, Bonnie, because I can talk about the program and I can extol the virtues of the program, but nothing is as powerful and strong as coming from someone who's actually benefited from the program. If you, as a ShellPoint resident, would like to learn more about the ShellPoint Respite Program, we'd invite you to call Pat Turner at 454-2292. She'll be happy to answer all of your questions about the program, the pricing structure, and the availability also of an opportunity to come and use the program on a trial basis for a 2-hour trial. It's one of the things that we're offering our ShellPoint residents to really get them to understand what the program is without encountering the barrier of a fee for the program. So if you're interested, please make sure that you give Pat Turner a call at 454-2292.
We are just a month away from Christmas, and with this joyous holiday so close, you want to make sure that you remember the folks here at ShellPoint that work hard every day to make the community as wonderful as it is. That's why you'll want to be a part of the Employee Christmas Gift. Dick Wright, chairman of the Employee Christmas Fund Committee, is here to tell us more about it.
Thank you for having me here today to talk about the ShellPoint Employees Christmas Gift. It's really very important to the residents and to the employees. Imagine the difference cash can make if you years ago got some cash 1 week before Christmas. It's a big deal, and you can ask any one of the employees. Please do, just ask them, and you'll be really surprised how much they appreciate this and how important it is to them. And so far, we're very pleased with the response we're getting. The last day to give is Friday, December 5th. So put that on your calendar. Of course, you can give today or tomorrow. You don't have to wait till December 5th, but that's the last day. You know, this gift is our only tangible way to show our appreciation to the employees. They work for us all year long, 365 days, and we do not tip them because they can't accept tips and they can't accept gifts. Just think what they can do for us, what they do for us. They clean, they repair sidewalks and streets, they clean our bathrooms, they clean our kitchens, they work for us. They cut grass, they trim the bushes, they paint, they do windows. No one does windows, they do. They cook in the restaurants, they wash the pots and pans, they deliver the prescriptions right to our door. They keep our medical records and our appointments, medical appointments. At the pavilion, they do laundry, they change the beds, they take care of our clothing, they feed those that need feeding, push wheelchairs, and the employees here answer any question you may have at courtesy desk or at that number that does all, 454-2190. Just call with any question 24 hours a day, and they'll answer it for you and help you. They set up meeting rooms for us for all activities. For the shows and the major entertainment, they do the photos, they write articles for magazines such as ShellPoint Life, papers such as the Weekly Reminder, And of course, our own TV station right here. They drive us places where engineers, electricians, mechanics, warehousemen, I can go on and on. Imagine we have 1,000 dedicated employees smiling at us all the time, 365 days a year. They're here to help us cope. Anything we need, we just ask. And once a year, everyone can give back to them. You can give back to them once a year. The smiles of Shell Point are something that is important to us all. It's an atmosphere that they develop here. Mostly the employees do, where they're smiling at us and waving at us and thanking us all the time. I've been to organizations or living situations like this in other areas and other states where they don't do that. And it's really a different atmosphere that you wouldn't want to live in. So if you've already given to the Christmas Fund for the employees, thank you very much. If you have not yet given, please consider things like toys, clothes, and Christmas trees, etc. Cost more than they ever did. Thank you for your generosity, and it is greatly appreciated by the employees. And it's nice to give. Thank you.
Many of you took part in last week's wonderful community-wide celebration, Fantasy of Flight. Lots of high-flying events and programs entertained everyone. And it all kicked off with an outdoor celebration on the island last Monday. Let's take a look. Now it's time to cover all of Monday's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections. Right after this word from David Hauenstein with a preview of his radio show on TV, Listening to the Words.
Thanksgiving has grown into one of our most beloved holidays. The idea started in 1621 when members of the Plymouth colony put on a 3-day festival for local Indians. More than 200 years later, President Abraham Lincoln declared it a day to give thanks. And finally, in 1941, Congress made it an official national holiday. Thanksgiving is a reminder of the importance we give to thankfulness and gratitude. So on this edition of Listening to the Words, you'll hear examples of people opening their hearts to friendship, helping others, and being grateful for the lives we live. As always, Listening to the Words is on Shell Point Channel 12 all day, every day, except 3 times during Tuesday and Thursday when rebroadcasts of the Village Church Sunday service are aired. Plenty of opportunities for celebrating Thanksgiving on Listening to the Words. I'm your reader host, David Howenstein, wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, Shell Point. You are tuned into the Happening segment of SPTV. The M&M team is back. I am Melody Desolé, and I'm here with Mary Franklin. We're kicking off the happenings with Monday, November 24th. We start out bright and early with men's match play doubles tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. At 8:45, virtual bowling will take place in the Resident Activity Center. Now at 9:15, there's 2 options: billiards, also in the Resident Activity Center, or pottery, down in the tunnel in the Pottery Studio on the island. At 10 o'clock, there's also a few options for you. Men's match play doubles tennis on the tennis courts at the Woodlands. Now at 10 o'clock, there's a Susie Q trip to Woody's Waterfront Restaurant for lunch. Sign up is required. At 10:30, the Disciple Men's Bible Study Group will meet in the game room at the Woodlands. At 10:45, table tennis clinic will take place in the Tarpon Room on the island. And at 11:30, we have a Health Connections Agility and Flexibility class. It is currently closed, but for those who have signed up, it will take place in the Health Club on the island. Mary, take us into the afternoon.
Thank you, Melody. At noon, Mahjong will be played in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. And at 1:15, you can choose to join the Advanced Table Tennis Group in the Tarpon Room, the Samba card game in the Resident Activity Center, or tone chimes in the Osprey Room. Now this week, we know you'll have lots of guests in town, and a great place to take them would be the Model Train Room, and they'll be open today from 1:30 to 3:30. 145 Health Connections is Balance and Mobility Training Level 1, and this is in the Health Club for those that are signed up. 2 o'clock, the Beady-Eyed Bead Club will be doing their wonderful work in the Oak Room at the Woodlands. At 3 o'clock, we have another Health Connections program, Pilates Stretch in the Health Club. 3:15, if you're part of the Shell Point Singers, you have rehearsal in the choir room of the Village Church. And 3:30, Aqua Agility and Conditioning Health Connections program will take place at the Life Quest Aquatic Center. Do you enjoy the game of pickleball? If you do, be ready to go at 4 o'clock. And 6 o'clock, Beginner's Square Dancing class takes place in the Health Club on the island and is currently closed. 6:30 is Duplicate Bridge in the game room of the Woodlands. And 6:45, we have our monthly movie night in the Social Center, and tonight we're watching the 1954 movie, No Time for Sergeants. And 7:30 Health Connection is Square Dance Instruction in the Health Club on the island, which is currently closed. That is it for our Monday activities. Tune in tomorrow, and we will both be back here to give you your Tuesday lineup.
Hello, I'm Terry Koleth with your Academy information for Monday. At 10:15, Talking is the New Typing, Siri, will take place in the Manager Room at the island. And at 10:30, Appreciating Words will take place in the Oak Room of the Woodlands, and all are welcome. At 1:15, Skype Basics continues in the Computer Teaching Center on the island.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is chicken Milanese with herbed farfalle and asparagus. The dinner special is Old Home Cooking Night for $11.95, and the soup of the day is vegetable beef. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Monday, the special is a grilled meatloaf sandwich on rye with fries for $7.25. The dinner special is almond-crusted tilapia with rice pilaf and green beans for $8.25, and the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
I'm Randy Woods, and it's my privilege to serve as the Minister of Worship and Music at the Village Church and to work with so many talented people week after week. In the church and the community, we're blessed with the resources and certainly value the time and talent that so many freely share with us. Well, as we work throughout the year, it's especially important that we enjoy the opportunities, the special blessings that are coming our way throughout the holidays. And as we approach the Christmas season, I'm delighted with the privilege we have with our church choir, festival orchestra, and special guests, Joel Rainey and Jane Holstein, to be with us for our Christmas celebration to be presented on Sunday evening, December 7th. Joel Rainey has specifically written this musical entitled A Thrill of Hope that was written specifically for our church choir 5 years ago. It was a privilege for us to perform that work here, to premiere it with Joel and Jane, and it'll be a delight to do it again this Christmas. I trust that you've gotten your tickets. Tickets are available for the Christmas celebration on Sunday evening, December 7th at 6:15. Tickets for the Season of Praise concert are $10, can be purchased at the church anytime. As we anticipate celebrating Christmas together, this first Sunday of the month will be the highlight of the season as we begin the celebration with Joel Rainey and Jane Holstein. As together at the keyboard, Joel and Jane are playing, accompanying the choir. We'll have the festival orchestra, the handbells and pictures, lots of congregation participation, but sharing in the joy of the message of Christmas, God is with us, Emmanuel. And as we celebrate together, it'll be a delight again to do this work with Joel and Jane visiting. As I mentioned, Joel wrote this work specifically for the Village Church, and it's been published by Hope Publishing Company and distributed around the world. Here's just a comment from the arranger, composer himself, Joel Rainey, as he speaks about his work in writing A Thrill of Hope.
A Thrill of Hope is, I think, a fresh way to look at the story of the birth of Christ. It's not a chronological walk through the events. It is 4 movements, choral suites, I like to call them, that tell the story, the complete story, under the umbrellas of love, hope, peace, and joy. I found some interesting text that combined with some surprising tunes and planted a few smiles through the course of what I think is an emotional and moving Christmas experience. There are 18 familiar carols, a little bit of original material, but it's kind of like a warm blanket in a way of nostalgia, yet fresh.
No doubt you appreciated Joel's comments and the inspiration behind his writing and arranging. Be sure to get your tickets and be part of the Christmas celebration at the Village Church. Tickets are just $10 and available at the church office at your convenience. So stop by, get your tickets, and plan to celebrate the season with us as we begin Sunday evening, December 7th, A Thrill of Hope with Joel Rainey and Jane Holstein, the Village Church Choir, Festival Orchestra, and Celebration Ringers. It's going to be a wonderful event. Great ministry of the season. Come and be a part of it.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow to find out all about this season's Shell Point concert series. We'll also explain how you can get your updated contact information out to your friends and neighbors here at Shell Point. And we'll tell you all about the gift shop extravaganza, a great way to get your holiday shopping without having to leave Shell Point. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Monday, November 24th. I'm Dan Filgreen, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.